Marksmen Daily presents the Most Preferred Brands 2023. Hello and welcome to the third edition of the Most Preferred Brands 2023. The event kicked off on a high note where brands were celebrated across various industries that have earned love and recognition for their exceptional contributions. Moreover, distinguished speakers and industry experts shared their valuable insights. Let's have a look.
The way the consumer and the brands have behaved, that is also changing rapidly. And authenticity is something which has been one of the most important factors in today's time. By being authentic, by being self, by being able to be connecting with the consumers, those credible connections, and we will all look up to those brands today when we, have our following ceremony. Thank you.
Next up is a fireside chat delving into crafting credible connections through the influencer economy with Aisha Bilamoria, an Indian fitness influencer, athlete and public speaker. Let's have a look.
Aisha, it's actually a great pleasure to have you here. Let's start talking about the influencer economy, the influencer ecosystem that it is right now. How do you connect with the followers?
Just be your absolute authentic self. If you are not who you are, your audience will never be able to connect with you in your true sense.
When we started seeing more of social media, people started influencers, and generally people also used to have these long videos on YouTube, on Facebook. Then we had Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. So the duration of your mode of talking to them is reducing. How do you stay relevant to that audience when things are changing?
My whole goal of starting Fit Girl was to reach out to an audience of women who don't have access to exercise, training, who are housewives, single moms. That was my goal of starting this page, Fit Girl. If I deviate from that goal, if I follow trends that are not really matching the philosophy that I stand for, then I'm not Fit Girl anymore.
As an influencer, how do you kind of say, no, I'm putting my blinders on and this is my whatever mission statement, this is my true voice, this is my true north, I will do this, whether it's 600 likes or 6,000 likes?
If I count in my hand, we were 5 female fitness influencers.
You're the OG of Instagram.
I'm the OG of Instagram. I'm extremely proud of it. I say this everywhere actually because we were the trendsetters for women today who have changed their career paths.
Yeah.
That they were lawyers or they were CAs and now they're becoming fitness trainers, coaches. And that, to me, that is my success. So I can't change my path because you will still be the inspiration or the mentor or the guide or someone that another young girl is going to look up to. So yeah, staying true is always going to be my ethos.
Fantastic. How do you, as an influencer, decide which brand to go with? What is there a checklist that you refer to when an agency comes to you or a brand comes to you and says, hey, Aisha, let's collaborate on this. This is my product. This is what I want you to do. What's your research? How do you tackle that?
I think we are so responsible for what we influence people to put in their mouths or what they wear. Realizing that, okay, got to be smarter with what you're promoting. You can't promote every peanut butter, every almond butter that comes your way. You can't promote every jam or every bar, health bar, because you got to start reading the ingredient. And that's how I started getting lesser work.
Okay, that's the flip side of it all.
In a way good, in a way not so good, but it's now the brands that I'm associated with, there's a lot of credibility to the brand itself. There's a lot of research that's gone in, scientific research that they put in year after year to improve their product. Of course, there are people who again promote as much as they want, but again, it's very individualistic.
Yeah.
You'll only understand social media if you've completely deep dived into it yourself.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Aisha Belomaria.
Thank you so much.
Moving on, we have a panel discussion on rewriting the brand rulebook, brand loyalty mantras for modern marketing mavens. Let's have a look.
We understand that the customers have changed, the dynamics have changed, the way businesses run changed, even your demographics of people we are targeting has changed. How can organizations adapt and come up with innovative strategies to ensure brand loyalty?
The new generation, which we call Gen Z, their aspirations, their needs, and their preferences have changed dramatically. And from my perspective, I am from a writing instrument industry. Writing instrument industry looks very simple, but in India, the entire dynamics of writing instruments industry and the companies are a bit complicated because price conscious people are more, and they understand that if a pen of rupees 10 can write 100 pages, then there is no need of taking a 60 rupee pen just for the sake of writing. Pilot doesn't launch any product every year. They take a lot of time to understand the consumer needs, their changing preferences, and then after having so much of research, then they launch a product. And whatever they launch, it has become a cult-like following in the global world, not in India only. Last 40 years also in India, it has a kind of cult following. And we believe that consumer comes first because most of the companies, they focus on having their strategies on product centric. We at Pilot believe it should be a consumer centric.
When a brand is making two different kind of strategies, what are some of the things that could work very well for them, and some of the challenges you think those brands can face while you're having differentiated strategies for differentiated customers?
Our model is relationship, purely based on relationship. 60% of our business is still offline while we are moving and the transformation is happening to digital. So we call it phygital, physical plus digital, right? But that relationship with the brand that our consumers have since beginning, it's solely because of one factor, which is trust. Customers who are very comfortable with your brand, they know that your brand is trustworthy, eventually will make those purchases and repeat purchases. You need to be disruptive. And innovation plays a very important role here, constantly evolving. And that evolvement will come only when you know what the preferences are and what exactly your customer would need or require. And then accordingly, you tailor make your strategies to suit their requirement, and you ensure that the challenges are overcome.
The customer's preferences has also changed. Now, how do you see a brand responding to it, and how do you see brand working towards it so that they can get or they can retain their customers and regain their loyalty?
See, it is a now reality that customer preferences are changing. There is no doubt about it. So yes, it is a challenge for the marketers that they have to be on toes every time to understand and figure out what the consumer wants. And rather than selling their own product, their approach should be like problem solving of the customers.
What are some of the things that a financial services organization must do in terms of going beyond the organization and going to the community so that the new generation feel that they are still a part of a greater good?
To build a community of people, of customers who feel that they belong to your brand. That sense of belonging is something that will not hamper your relationship with your customers or with anyone else in the industry or in the ecosystem, because they know your brand so well and you know your customers so well. that emotional bond that any consumer or a customer has with a brand, that is the crux of the entire, ecosystem put together.
Thank you once again for amazing insights. Please give a round of applause to our lovely panelists over here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Up next, we have a chat session on the role of influencers and authentic content marketing in shaping conversations. Let's have a look.
Does being on the internet or being net savvy come down to just a shift in mindset regardless of your age? Is that something you probably look at it as?
Yeah, I feel like most people that are not born on the internet think like it's some kind of a mammoth task to build a social media following or just operate social media. If they have the inclination to learning it, I think they can crack it very easily. Social media is, I mean, I might be biased, but it is one of the easiest things to do. You just need to keep posting content and cross your fingers and hope that one day something will go viral. But until that doesn't happen, just keep posting stuff.
It's like you said on Twitter, just either educate, either entertain, or if you have to be abrasive at some point, you just gotta rub some people the wrong way to try and get a bit of reaction out of them.
It won't sustain in the long run, but sure, it could grab some eyeballs. And then you could do better content once you have discovery to your name, and then you can build on to that. So it's something that a lot of folks are doing now, right? Where podcasts are the new thing.
Yeah.
Everyone is making a podcast, everyone is going as a guest on a podcast, everyone is consuming podcasts. Most people are not watching the 1 hour long conversations.
Yeah.
What they're watching is shorts and clips that come out of those 1 hour long conversations. So effectively, it's not a full blown podcast, right? What these podcasters go into thinking is these are like 20 reels or shorts that you're trying to build out of a 1 hour long conversation. And that is what's helping them build their online distribution, help them build their network and whatnot.
So that's it for this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope all of you had a wonderful time tuning in and listening in to Viraj's thoughts. Thank you so much. And with that, it's time for us to move on.
Thank you.
So as we look forward to bringing to you the most preferred brands of 2023 to present the same, I'm about to welcome on stage someone who truly dons many hats. May I present to you none other than Dr. Aditi Gavatrikar. A round of applause as she steps forward. What a pleasure to have her here, present you all with a beautiful trophy of Marksmen, most preferred brands. Thank you so much, Dr. Aditi. What a pleasure having you here. So may I request all of you to please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Akash Tiwari, co-founder, Team Marksmen Network, joining us here. Akash, thank you so very much for your presence. So let's together head to this fantastic journey of appreciating our brands that have really done their best to stand out and be here. As Marksman Daily presents Most Preferred Brand 2023, let's hear a round of applause for Baggett.
I think a brand is all about the identity of a customer. And when you resonate with that consumer and the brand resonates with the same energy, the same emotions, that is when she connects and she wants to buy that brand. And I think that's the space that we're looking at. So we've grown a lot in Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns because we know that the feasibility for our EBOs and our franchisees is mainly over there. And we are obviously there in the metros. So we've straddled across different price points for different consumers, for their needs. In our products, we do different stories for the customers to relate, whether it be a Valentine's Day, whether it be a wedding range going on today. I think that connect with the consumer, that conversation is always on. Coming over here and being acknowledged as the most preferred brand, I really felt wonderful and very proud of my whole team and all the effort that we are putting in. So thanks to Teams Marksmen to bringing us alive on this platform.
Well, the brand that I'm about to invite up on stage next, I know I've been loyal to them, grown up with the brand, so please put your hands together for Pilot Pens.
Consumer feedback is very important as far as writing instruments are concerned, because the category looks very simple, but the nuances are very complicated. So at Pilot, we are continuously innovating and understanding what the customer wants and try to solve their problems rather than just marketing or selling our product. So lot of things we do, and we analyze all the customer feedback, online, offline, interface engagements with the customers directly and the channel partners, and accordingly we incorporate the strategy and come out with a different product which is not a me too product, which sets it apart from the competitions. A unique selling proposition, plays a very important role as far as, because we are into mass, not mass range, I would say, we are into mid range, and then a fine pen premium range also. So our job is a bit tricky as far as Indian market is concerned, because here predominantly 70% of the market is captured by 10 rupee pen. So we have to work extra hard and analyze whatever we have to do, and whatever our innovations are, we have to replicate into the communication strategy and effectively communicate our USPs. And we try to make our USPs very simple, memorable, and we would also like to have the communication strategy as far as USP is concerned to all the channels, so that the audience reach is wider. So accordingly, we take the feedback very positively, and we interact with the consumers very regularly. See, the company is around 100-year-old. It started in 1919. So roughly 100 years we have spent, and in India it is around 40-year-old company. And in Pilot, we enjoy a cult-like following from the consumers. And the challenge is just to retain those customers. And because Gen Z, which is nowadays, they want to experiment with every new brands, because they are loaded with a lot of contents online. So it is additional challenge to us to retain them and increase our market share.
Now welcome Natural Remedies.
As an organization, we are very committed to provide natural solutions for safe food to consumers globally. Natural Remedies' core strength is to deal with standardized botanical products and botanical extracts, which will provide safe, high margin of safety and efficacy to the intended species. Today, the most important dynamic change happening in livestock farming is different feed ingredients, different food types, different diseases and health issues. So, Natural Remedies R&D continuously put an effort to advance the products and its solutions to provide safe food for the livestock, both for human being and livestock. The food which our consumers are going to consume will have more safety, residue-free, natural, efficacious, sustainable products to our consumers. This is our commitment, and this is the way we differentiate ourselves in front of competition to provide an holistic solution to our consumers.
And as we congratulate them, it's time to make some noise for Rehau India.
Rehau is a 75-year-old company worldwide. In India, we've spent more than 27 years. Given that we have been catering to the B2B space across furniture, construction, and automotive, we have traditionally used, the print media and industry conferences, and reached out to our customers to explain to them about our products, letting them touch and feel and understand the products better. we do realize that now more and more customers are tuned in with the social media, with the more digital way of doing things. And with that, Rehouse sees that as an imperative for us, of course, to reach a wider audience, to also make sure that we are able to get more discerning consumers to understand our product portfolio better. So it's a combination that we are now moving with, which obviously means a new way of doing things and a new Rehouse as we move forward. Seeing the kind of brands which have been selected, I think that speaks a lot about the credibility that Marksmen brings to such an event and to such recognition, and wishing them all the best.
We bring to you yet another most preferred brand. Please put your hands together for OnePlus India.
As in other brands or any fashion industry, the customer feedbacks are the most important. Basically, time to time, fashion changes, and we say that fashion changes with the eyes. So we have to be very much updated with the fashion trends. Basically, that is the first thing. Secondly, many times what happened, whatever we manufacture or anything, for that special technology is required. So one has to be very fast in adopting the new technology, which is required for the as per the need of the fashion. Usually most of the people get stuck into that basically. And then third is that the fashion gives one idea, well, this is a trend, but in that you need an innovation. So that innovation, how you create and upfront into the market with against your competitors makes your success.
Thank you so very much. Many, many congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much, Dr. Aditi, for your presence. Thank you, Akash, for being here. On behalf of the entire team, this is Isha Bhalla thanking you all for being a part of our third edition. We're already looking forward to hosting you very soon. Thank you.
The event came to a close as the brands were recognized for their notable contributions across various industries, and the day also witnessed the sharing of valuable insights by industry experts. Up next, the team will soon celebrate laudable brands at the 4th edition of Most Trusted Brands, which is poised to bring together marketeers for in-depth discussions on the evolving nature of all things branding. For more details on this initiative, contact Team Marksmen at contact@teammarksmen.com. This event was conceptualized and brought to you by Team Marksmen.